feels weird. This feels strange. Let's talk. Hey, Sprouts. It's me, your favorite homebody, Onion. And today, we're going to talk about why I'm here. Why I'm in here and not out in the road traveling from city to city to city to city on tour. Okay, it's only been a couple of days, so we're going to take it easy. We're going to take it slow. We're going to get comfortable. We're going to try and talk through all the things. And we're going to have Lily up here for emotional support. Come on, Lily. There we go. For emotional support, because that's what she is. She's basically an emotional support animal. Right, Lily? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's start. I didn't write anything down. Let's start from the first red flags. So when I was looking at this job, my friend originally had this job. One of my best friends has this job. And I went to go see her in Savannah and say hey. And while she was on tour. And she was like, yeah, like the tours, this, that. And I was like, you know what? I just left my job. I want to go visit different places. This sounds like a good time. I love to travel. Let me see what this about. So I told her, I was like, yeah, I'll put in my application, blah, blah, blah. We can see how it goes. Now, in the meantime, in between time, I was looking for jobs because I was like being away from home for 7 months is going to be absolutely wild and crazy. So if I can find a different job, that would be great. In the meantime and in between time. And I didn't find another job. So obviously that's why I went on tour. And so that was around like May, I think. So I waited a little bit for this other girl to tell me to water. There's water in here. My throat is messed up. I just got home yesterday, so give me some grace. But this other girl was like, okay, you can put your application in and it'll be all good. I was like, great. What I didn't know is that they get money for referrals, and this girl was getting the money and wasn't going to split it with me, but that's a whole nother thing. I mean, she doesn't have to split it with me, but that's neither here nor there. There's going to be a lot of little tangents. I just want you to know, if you're new to this channel, this is not the video that I would like for you to watch. I usually don't make stuff like this. I usually make thrifting stuff, knitting stuff, crochet stuff. I just want to say this up front. So if you like those things, please subscribe and like and comment and watch a different video that's more sunshine and roses, because usually I'm a very happy-go-lucky person and not this. Usually not this. But c'est la vie. What can you do? So I knew from that point, I was like, okay, let me go ahead and put in my application and fix up my resume and stuff and send it on it. So from about June, I was like, okay, they know that I want this job, right? I did not get any information about the job until about end of July, beginning of August, I believe. And I was like, what in the world is, like, it's been forever since I've heard about this job, you know? I was like, which I hate when jobs do that. I'm just like, can you get back to me at a sooner date? Because I would like to know. If I'm going to plan my life around you, I need to know if I need to plan my life around you. So I was like, okay, let me figure everything out. I didn't even know where I was going, who I was going to be with, what I was going to be doing. I didn't know what I was going to be doing until the first day of orientation, but we'll get to that. Not for real, for real. Like, I didn't know what the job title was really until then, right? So, I didn't get any information about this job. I had to go to Florida, which is what you would have seen before this. I had to go to Florida to start this job, right? I did not get my plane ticket to Florida until 3 days before my tour. I do not like that at all. I do not like that. I like for things to be organized. I like to be organized. I can be a very chaotic, sporadic person, but one thing, if you know me, I like order. I like chaos. I like order. I'm a very multitudinous, full of multitudes woman. I love when things work. I love when things, which I'm like, tangent, offshoot, but it's gonna be really quick. I think that really helps with my knitting and my crocheting. That, like, I feel like it's like engineering in a way. That is like you have all these numbers and these equations to make these certain shapes and these certain parameters, and if you don't follow the equations, then you're not going to be able to do the work, or it's not going to be able to come out how the work is supposed to come out. So that little tangent on knitting and STEM. But I really like for things, especially when they're going to be big things, financial things, life-changing things, they need to have some law and order, okay? So 3 days before me needing to be there is not what I would call law and order. So we get there. I'm in Florida. First day of training, chill. You'll see in the other video how the week actually went. I think I'm gonna do this as a separate video, and then to make it all make a little bit of sense for us. But it was a rough week. Yes, I was only there for a week. And some people might say that is weakness. Some people might say that I was not able to measure up. And that's fine. I honestly don't care. I honestly don't care, because everyone around me who I've told what happened has been like, no, yeah, you should get out of there. I'm so proud of you for setting boundaries. And if there's one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to set a boundary. And if there's one thing I'm going to do, which I told my friend Katie about, I'm going to take care of this girl. I'm going to take care of this girl. And I'm going to take care of this girl and that girl over there. She's sitting on the floor. You can't see her. She's on the floor. But I'm going to take care of myself, because who else going to take care of me? And I feel like that's very important, especially when you're out on the road and you're having to make adult decisions, and you have to weigh the pros and the cons. Seriously. Like, in my head, I was like, okay, what are the pros? And then what are the cons? What are the things that I wanted? When I was fantasizing about this job, what were the dream aspects that I would have wanted from this job? Am I going to get them now that I see how the job is working, how the flow goes? And after that day of working, I was like, nope, this is not the flow that I want to be flowing. This ain't it, Chief. This is not the one. So I left. I left. And I was very sore. My body hurt a lot. I was aching because there were a lot of things that were a part of the job that you don't get paid for, which I believe is horrendous and not ethical, not right morally, and working for a corporation that does things like that, not for me. Not for me at all. This has really motivated me. I'm so about workers' rights. I love talking about workers' rights and how people should be fairly compensated for their work. And working a job where I make commission only and I'm working 14 hours, not being able to sit down, like having to pay for my own food in some circumstances, I was like, no, no, no. In a lot of circumstances, you had to pay for your own food because there was no per diem, which I found out right before I started the tour. You should have a per diem if you're gonna be away from your home, and a company is making you go to a place for the company. You should have a per diem. That means they pay for like a stipend sometimes, or they pay for your food just in general. For per diem means per day, so each day. So yeah, if they ask for a per diem, this is for all of my people out there. Ask for a per diem. What else? I am really glad to be home. I am really glad to be back home. I miss my house. I came back into my house and I was just so grateful and overwhelmed with happiness and safety to be back in my space, in my sanctuary. I'm so happy to be surrounded by yarn again. I love yarn, and this is my favorite season. I love Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday, and the fact that I was going to be on the road hating my life was another con. Another con. Maybe not like high up on the list, but like it was rationalized, okay? Let's say I've said some of the big cons recently. Let's see. Oh, this has really motivated me to like go into workers' rights and unionization. If your workplace doesn't have a union, please get a union. It's one of the only ways that you can fight for your rights as a worker. It's important for you to have rights. You deserve rights, and people who are in a union make way more money. So like, don't even just think like, oh, like I'm gonna lose money or blah, blah. No, you're not, sweetie. You're not gonna lose money. You are going to be able to negotiate for higher pay. And the people around you in the industry as well will be able to negotiate for higher pay because you did it, because you're a trendsetter. So, I would love to go into that. I'm thinking about it really hard. I'm going to be applying for a couple of unions. So if you want your girl, I really love supporting my workers and making sure everybody has what they need to have, including a livable wage that is sustainable for taking care of a family, as well as health care. Because if y'all didn't know, we have a mental health crisis going on right now. And we're kind of in a recession, but nobody's going to call it because of the stock market doing so well, even though people are literally dying in the streets. But it's fine. But yeah, I had to get out of there, and I was having big mental backflipperoonies of being like, am I just giving up, or is this like me putting my foot down, And Still, well, not anymore actually. I feel like once I got home, I was like, oh, I made the right decision. But before that, I was like, oh, ooh, I gave up. I kind of gave up. And then I was like, I literally said this to my friend. I was like, or is that like the capitalist patriarchy speaking in my ear, being like, you're not strong enough to do this job. You can't lift heavy boxes and do all these things. You're not man enough to do this job. And I'm like, maybe I don't want to be man enough to do this job. Maybe I am a girl who likes to knit and crochet and pet her doggy and her kitty and likes blankets and soft things and yeah, and likes to sleep in her own bed and travel every other weekend at her own convenience. Maybe that is just the person that I am, and I have to be okay with that. And coming back home, I realized I was very okay with that. I'm so okay with that. I don't have any regrets. Also, this company, I was supposed to work with them before, and COVID happened. I did an audition for them. I was like, even if I do want to work for the company, it's really a cool company, blah, blah, blah. Even if I did want to work for the company, because right now, the department that I was working at, I don't want to work in ever again. Ever, ever, ever again. Never, ever, ever again. But if I was to work for this company, I would have to audition anyways. And if they see on my paperwork that I've already worked for them, after they already decided that they loved me and loved my audition, they're going to have to decide. That will not be me anymore, and I'm okay with that, whatever decision they decide to make. Because if my audition is good enough, then it won't even matter, because I wasn't working in the capacity that I will be working in that capacity. I still love to travel. I still love to go places. I still am a hard worker. I work very hardly and diligently. And I am a very smart person, because I felt very dumb while I was on this tour. I felt at some points very talked down to. At some points, my questions were very much so unanswered, and I like to communicate. I like good communication skills, and sometimes I would ask questions, and I would have to ask the same exact question 4 different times, because nobody was answering the question that I had. They were trying to go 3, 4 steps, 5 steps ahead of the question that I was asking at the current moment, and I'm like, no, I just need this one line. Don't go up here. I'm not there yet. This is my 2nd day at this job. So you're talking to 3 weeks from now, Anya, instead of talking to 2 days right now, this moment, Anya. So at some points I felt very small. And yes, I might be 5'1", petite, but I am not small. I am very big. I am big girl. Ooh. So, yeah. If you have any questions, I'll be somewhat happy to answer them, just depending on how you word it, and depending on whether I want to give out that information or not, because I am a person on the internet now, so I can't give you all the stuff. Okay. But to all the people who gave me good words of wisdom when I was making my decision, or after I made the decision, and told you, like, in confidence, like, I was feeling this way, and I was feeling like I wanted to come home, or that I was coming home, and you were like, yes, girl, come home. Thank you. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much, because that really helped this little guy right in here. I am not a very emotional person. TM. So, it just means a lot. To have your vote of confidence and your wise words. I am going to finish recording the rest of the next week's video, which is going to be all the stuff I thrifted while I was in Orlando, because we did go to the bins and I did get yelled at like 4 times. So, yeah, there's a couple of things that I need to like iron and stuff, and I'm like, maybe I'll just throw it into the dryer and see what happens, but who knows. Is there anything else I want to say? Be ready for more yarn content, because I'm so ready to get my hand on all these yarns. I'm so ready. I gotta finish those 2 projects that I've been working on while I was on tour, the t-shirt and the long sleeve shirt. I gotta finish those 2, but I have like 1 sleeve left of the long sleeve, and then the body and the sleeves of the short sleeve, and then I'll basically be done with those, so I'm not expecting that to take a long time. What else? Yeah, I'm happy to be making videos. I haven't stopped making videos. I've been filming like every day, like little snips of every day, especially up to this point, because I wanted to show you guys like what happens on tour, and this is what happened. So yeah, well, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. I hope that you really like this video. Oh, that was all messed up. If you like this video, please leave me a like down below telling me that you like this video. And if you really like this video, then please leave me a comment down below. Tell me that you really like this video. Have you ever done anything that was like really difficult in your life and that you felt like you were like, oh, like this is gonna be great, and then it turned out to be absolutely horrible? I was gonna say that every time that I try and do a job that's not acting, I like instantly something will happen, and like either a person will show me their true colors, the job itself will be absolutely horrendous, scamalicious, the company itself will fall apart. Like every time I try and do a job that's not acting related, I can't. Like my ability is gone. Like I don't know why that happens, but every time it happens, it does. So I'm gonna go back to acting. I'm gonna do what I was born to do and continue doing that. So if you like that, then stick along and subscribe, because I usually don't say that one either. Stick along and subscribe, and thank you for watching till the end of the video. I really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm do its algorithmic thing. I don't know, I'm trying to be like Shakespeare and make up some words, or Dr. Seuss, or not like Dr. Seuss, but you know. I hope you have a blessed one. And if you don't want to have a blessed one, then please have a heartbeat lit one. Because my heart goes to you guys for having this channel be a thing. Love you guys. And I'll see you on the flip side. Bye! bye, yeah, yeah, bye. Long as we got. Good girl.